Quick question, yeah? Who, in your opinion, do you consider the greatest investor of all times? Think about it. Now, let me take a wild guess. You're thinking Elon Musk. Nah, not him. Aliko Dangote? No, you're wrong. Francois Bettencourt Meyers? You still would be wrong, okay? Now, let me help you. I'll tell you. He is none other than Warren Edward Buffett. Now, who is Warren Buffett? He is an American business magnate, investor, philanthropist. He is considered by many the greatest investor of all times. He is currently the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. His net worth is in excess of $100 billion. If you invested $1,000 in his company when it started, that investment would have been worth about $30 million today. That's a whooping times 30,000. How did he manage to grow his business so astronomically? Well, he has a set of 50 investment rules that only 2% of the investors in the business world are aware of. The rest, 98%, are in total darkness. Well, I've got good news for you. If you're watching this video right now, you're in luck. Guess what? I managed to interview him, and he exposed all 50 rules in this interview. So what are you waiting for? If I were you, I'd grab a popcorn and a cold bottle of water as we interview the one and only Warren Edward Buffett.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. My audience are obviously very delighted to witness such an epoch-making event where they get to hear from such an accomplished investor like you. I'm aware that you have a flight to catch. We don't intend to waste too much of your time, but please kindly roll out the 50 investment rules that guided you to success in business. Thank you in advance, Mr. Warren Buffett.
Well, thanks, Victor Isibor. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. You're doing a good job with your YouTube channel, by the way. I'll say all 50 rules in no particular order. I'll not be explaining each one as a result of time constraint. Your audience should be able to make sense out of each one because each rule is quite self-explanatory. So I'll begin now, and I'll just keep dishing out knowledge after knowledge. You can number them however you like. Like I said, it's in no particular order. And I hope that I'll be able to impact positively on your audience. Rule number 1 is never lose money. Rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1. But let's take both as rule number 1, okay? Number 2, price is what you pay, value is what you get. Number 3, never invest in a business you cannot understand. Number 4, you can't produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. Number 5, someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Number 6, predicting rain doesn't count. Building the ark does. Number 7, risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. Number 8, the stock market is a no-call strike game. You don't have to swing at everything. You can wait for your pitch. Number 9, cash is to a business as oxygen is to an individual. It is never thought about when it is present, yet is the only thing in mind when it is absent. Number 10. The most important investment you can make is in yourself. Number 11. Keep things simple and don't swing for the fences. When promised quick profits, respond with a quick no. Number 12. Opportunities come in frequently. When it rains gold, put out the bucket, not the thimble. Number 13. In the business world, the rear view mirror is always clearer than the windshield. Number 14. Should you find yourself in a chronically leaking boat, energy devoted to changing vessels is likely to be a more productive energy than that devoted to patching the leaks. Number 15. If you like spending 6 to 8 hours per week working on investments, do it. If you don't, then dollar cost average into index funds. Number 16. Read 500 pages like this every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest. All of you can do it, but I guarantee not many will do it. Number 17. The most important thing to do if you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. Number 18. Widespread fear is your friend as an investor because it serves up bargain purchases. Number 19. Speculation is most dangerous when it looks easiest. Number 20. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's swimming naked. Number 21. Whether we're talking about socks or stocks, I like buying quality merchandise when it is marked down. 22. Don't get caught up with what other people are doing. Being a contrarian isn't the key, but being a crowd follower isn't either. You need to detach yourself emotionally. Number 23. The one thing I will tell you is the worst investment you can have is cash. Everybody is talking about cash being king and all that sort of thing. Cash is going to become worth less over time, but good businesses are going to become worth more over time. Number 24. Success in investing doesn't correlate with IQ. What you need is the temperament to control the urges that get other people into trouble in investing. 25. Wall Street is the only place that people ride to in a Rolls Royce to get advice from those who take the subway. 26. The most important quality for an investor is temperament, not intellect. You need a temperament that neither derives great pleasure from being with the crowd or against the crowd. 27. What we learn from history is that people don't learn from history. 28. The years ahead will occasionally deliver major market declines, even panics. That will affect virtually all stocks. No one can tell you when these traumas will occur. 29. We simply attempt to be fearful when others are greedy, and to be greedy only when others are fearful. 30. Buy into a company because you want to own it, not because you want the stock to go up. Number 31. You are neither right nor wrong because the crowd disagrees with you. You are right because your data and reasoning are right. 32. The best thing that happens to us is when a great company gets into temporary trouble. We want to buy them when they are on the operating table. 33. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. Number 34. When trillions of dollars are managed by Wall Streeters charging high fees, it will usually be the managers who reap outsized profits, not the clients. Number 35. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you do things differently. Number 36. For the investor, a too high purchase price for the stock of an excellent company can undo the effects of a subsequent decade of favorable business developments. Number 37. We want products where people feel like kissing you instead of slapping you. Number 38. We never want to count on the kindness of strangers in order to meet tomorrow's obligations. When forced to choose, I will not trade even a night's sleep for the chance of extra profits. Number 39. The key to investing is not assessing how much an industry is going to affect society or how much it will grow, but rather determining the competitive advantage of any given company, and above all, the durability of that advantage. Rule number 40. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. Investing is not a game where the guy with the 160 IQ beats the guy with the 130 IQ. Number 41. If you aren't willing to own a stock for 10 years, then don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. Number 42. The best chance to deploy capital is when things are going down. Number 43. When we own portions of outstanding businesses with outstanding managements, our favorite holding period is forever. Number 44. An investor should act as though he had a lifetime decision card with just 20 punches on it. Number 45. Buy a stock the way you would buy a house. Understand and like it such that you would be content to own it in the absence of any market. Number 46. It's been an ideal period for investors. A climate of fear is their best friend. Those who invest only when commentators are upbeat end up paying a heavy price for meaningless reassurance. Number 47. Investors should remember that excitement and expenses are their enemies. Number 48. All there is to investing is picking good stocks at good times and staying with them as long as they remain good companies. Number 49. Do not take yearly results too seriously. Instead, focus on 4 or 5 year averages. Last but not least, number 50. I never attempt to make money on the stock market. I buy on the assumption that they could close the market the next day and not reopen it for 5 years. I hope that with this set of 50 rules, your audience have been able to have a brighter, clearer perspective about the world of investment. Thank you, Victor. Let me go catch my flight now. It was nice being here.